Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A, where I do gardening related videos. I'm at my Lowe's. It's the end of July and I'm checking out what's new in the plant inventory. They have a few varieties of the summerific hardy hibiscus, also known as the perennial hibiscus. These beauties here are really nice because they have the dark foliage. Now, the very first one that they have here is the summerific cookies and cream. This beauty here is hardy from zones 4 to 9, likes full sun to partial sun, and it's going to be $29.98. This beauty here has this white petal with this beautiful yellow center. They also have the summerific edge of night. This one here has even darker foliage and it has this really nice pink flower. This beauty here is also going to be $29.98, also full sun and also hardy from zones 4 to 9. These guys here, I love them because they have clusters of blooms, and when they are happy and when they stay moist and when they're getting exactly what they need, these guys can be covered with these beautiful blooms. Next up, they have the summerific perfect storm. This one has more of a swirly look with a pink and white, or a dark pink and a lighter pink. This beauty here is really nice. Not as dark as the edge of night, but still dark nonetheless. Really like these. Now, I have the cookies and cream in my yard. I had all of these actually in my yard years ago, but what I do notice is that they do kind of attract the Japanese beetle, and every year they came back, the beetle just decimated them, guys. It ate them up. It looked really bad, and after a while they just stopped coming back. And then I said, let me just stop buying them. But then last year I went back again because I'm like, what is the problem? Like, why is the Japanese beetle? And I did spray the neem oil and the soap, and it kind of worked, but by that time it was too late. But I do have the cookies and cream that's blooming right now in my garden and looks really nice. Let me know if you have the hardy or the perennial hibiscus and how they do in your garden. Alright guys, so they do have the Arizona Sun blanket flower. A new shipment came in. These guys here are going to be $7.98. These beauties here I have in my yard. They are not hardy from zone 3. They grow 12 inches tall by 12 inches wide and require full sun. What I like about these is that they're really great for the bees. The bees like their flat surface to land on, and the fact that they are pretty. Now, they are not the longest living perennial, but they can reseed, so you might see them show up somewhere else other than where you planted them, and they do, they do look nice, so people do buy them, which is why they probably ended up having a new shipment. Let me know if you have the beautiful Arizona Sun blanket flower and how it does in your yard. Next up, they have a new shipment of the Rudbeckia Paulina. Now, this is a Rudbeckia, right? Now, I've seen these all the time, but my problem with these is that for whatever reason, I feel like the stems are not strong. They are pretty. I mean, those blooms are huge, really nice. And you can see the entire shipment is all budded up. But sooner or later, and I hate to say it, sooner or later, you're going to start seeing beginning to lay down, which is why I never have any. I just have the typical Rudbeckia, the one that I don't even know the name of. It is in my yard. It's reseeding all over the place, but I can't deny the fact that this thing is pretty. This guy here is hardy from zone 7 and it grows 1 to 2 feet tall. They have a new shipment of the Uptick Gold and Bronze Coreopsis as well. This is from the folks at Moneywort for $13.48. You guys know I'm a big fan of Coreopsis for many reasons. One, it has this beautiful yellow, and the bees love it. You can see all kinds of bees flying around it right now. And also, it's one of the longest blooming perennials. It is hardy to -20 and grows somewhere between 12 to 16 inches tall. Let me know if you have this beauty in your yard and how it does. Next up, they have a new shipment of the impatiens. This is the Sunpatiens impatiens, and these guys here, they say they thrive in full sun right there. And these guys, they have these really nice, fuchsia pink. They have the white and they have the lavender. I don't really buy them anymore. I used to buy them, but I didn't buy them this year and I didn't buy them last year. I'm not even sure why. I think it's also because of the price. These things are a whole $24.98 for something that's an annual. Next up, they have the Sunfinity sunflower. Now, this here is saying sunflower helianthus. Now, this is obviously not a pure sunflower. It is $29.98. It's an annual. It will not come back. It will maybe reseed. It has this really nice bushy habit, really nice and green with these beautiful yellow flowers. It's a little bit much, guys. $29.98 for an annual, but I guess because they have this, what is considered a nicer pot, this really nice white one that you can actually reuse. Let me know if you've bought this brand, the Sunfinity sunflower, and how it does in your yard. The annuals never stop coming in, guys. They're bringing in some new ones here. We have the Mexican heather, which I love and does really, really well in my containers. They also have the Terrenia for $1.98 in these smaller pots. I love Terrenia because even though they're very small, they bring in the pollinators, guys. You should see the bees climbing into these guys. Of course, they have coleus here in a ready-fill container. If you don't want to mess with the dirt, just throw this in your nicer container and bam, you've got a nice coleus pot. They also have this guy here. This is an evolvulus. This is a blue blooming flower. It's an annual. It's a trailing annual, which again will go really, really nice in your container or your hanging basket. They also have Scaevola here. Scaevola is also a trailing annual. That will be $16.98. They also have an annual. I can't reach up here, but this is a hanging basket, if you can see it. It's a hanging basket with Lobelia, Petunia, and Verbania in there. And this is going to be $24.98 right here in a hanging basket. Well, also the Scaevola is in a hanging basket too. It's just that it's kind of pressed down because it's in that cart. They also have some new gardenias here. This one is the Steady As She Goes by the folks at Proven Winners. This guy here is going to be $29.98. It's hardy from zone 7 to 10. Now, I know you're tired of hearing this, but I have to tell it all the time. Gardenias, I love them. I think they're gorgeous. I like the fact that they are evergreen and they have these beautiful white, highly fragrant blooms, but they just don't do great for me. Every gardenia that I have in my yard, I have to work for it, right? The only one that's still going strong is the Diamond Spire, and that one is still looking great. Now, it doesn't do as great as I know it could do, but that's just a thing with me in my garden. Let me know if you have this particular one though. This is the Steady As She Goes. Now, gardenias require full sun and they don't like to stay wet. They've got a whole bunch of caladiums, guys. Now, they switched out the other brand that they had, and now they have mostly this brand here, the Lowe's brand, which is the colors of caladium. These are going to be $6.98. These are an annual for me, but they do come back in warmer areas. And I think some people in my area might say it comes back for them too, but it takes a lot of effort to get these guys to come back. For me personally, I have had them years ago, and they never come back. I do everything they say you're supposed to do, but I've decided that it's not something I want to invest too much time in. But I can't deny the fact that they have these really, really nice foliage. They have different ones. Now, these ones are more of the greeny, pinky hue, but they do have a couple more around here. Let's see. Now, this one here is in a bigger pot. This is in more of the barrel container. And you can see this one has a little bit more green than pink. Now, this particular one here is in the barrel. So it's going to be $30, guys. 30 for a caladium in this Lowe's. As you know, Lantana thrives in this humidity and this heat that I have here in Georgia. So I'm always going to see new Lantanas coming in. Now, these ones here, I'm pretty sure these are going to be the annual Lantana. It just says Lantana, 2 different types, right? And they have more of an orangey hue and a yellow hue, right? These guys here are the Lowe's brand for $30.98. And that's simply because they're in a barrel-like container, which you can reuse use for other stuff, right? Now, this beauty here brings in the butterflies, the bees, and the hummingbirds. This is the one plant that will not stress out, the one plant that will not cry out for water. It actually thrives on the heat. Great for a mailbox garden, great for somewhere that is absolute blazing sun. A whole bunch of Moneyworts have arrived. Now, these are from the folks at Monrovia. Now, depending on who's putting them out, this might be called Creeping Jenny. These beauties here, one of my favorite ground covers because they look like this, right? Really, really nice. And they actually are perennial to semi-evergreen for me here in Georgia. And they are great for your hanging baskets. It's great for just as a ground cover, obviously. And it is also great for your containers. These beauties here are really, really nice. Great as a spiller as well. All right, guys, this is the time of the year you're going to see a lot of the tropical hibiscus. Now, these beauties here love the all-day blazing hot sun for me here in Georgia. They are part of the Ready Fill series by Lowe's for $25.98. Now, you could put this in the ground. It does actually say for in-ground, but if you don't feel like putting it in the ground, you can put this in your nicer container and then you're done. Just make sure you keep it nice and moist because obviously if it's not in the ground and in a container, it will need you a little bit more for water and for feeding. But I love the tropical hibiscus because they're so beautiful. They have all kinds of colors. They have white and red and pink and orange, rosy pink, fuchsia pink, all types of colors in the garden. A new shipment of Pentas has arrived. I'm a big fan of Pentas, I must say. This is an annual, right? And they have all kinds of colors. They have white and pink and red. And I always see them and I always buy them because they bring in the pollinators, guys. I didn't realize how much the hummingbirds like Pentas. I had put Pentas in containers over the years and they will swarm it, guys. Love them. And you can see why, because they have these really nice small little petals, enough where the hummingbird can, use its tongue and get in there. And the bees obviously love it too. You can see there's a lot of bees on this one as well. Now these here are going to be, I believe, $5.98. Now these always come and go in the store. Like when spring first comes around, you're going to see Pentas, and then you see them all the way down till we get our frost. And that's simply because we have a longer season and they just do well in the heat. Lots of hanging baskets available here at my Lowe's, guys. These are going to be $24.98 for the Purslane. Now, these beauties here have all kinds of colors. They have the yellow, they have the fuchsia pink, really, really nice Purslane. Great for containers, great for hanging baskets. Of course, you're paying the $24.98 because of this type of pot. It's a pot that you can reuse for something else, hence the higher price. But I'm a big fan of Purslane. Even more Purslane, guys. Now this guy here is going to be $16.98 because it's in a smaller container, but it's still a hanging basket. This guy here, love this color. It is loved by the bees, guys. You can see all these bees are flying around on these Purslane. For whatever reason, they seem to like this particular variety. Let me know if you like Purslane and if you put them in the ground, in baskets, or if you actually put them in regular containers. They also have a whole bunch of the Mezoo Dorotheanthus, guys. Love these guys because they look like this. It actually doesn't look real, but it does have these really nice pink flowers. These are going to be $16.98. I started seeing these lately, or maybe paying attention to these the other day, because I started seeing them at the stores a lot. Now, they're $16.98 because, again, you get a nice container that you could reuse for something else, but they're really, really nice for a trailing container. You can leave it right here in this container that you buy it in, or you can move it to a bigger container and have it trail even more. Really nice, guys. Even more of the Liriope. I started calling this Liriope because, I don't know, I was calling it Liriope all this time, and then I realized it might be Liriope after all. In any case, love this, also known as lily turf. Now, I have this all over my yard. I have it as a border plant in all three of my front beds and my side bed. What I like about this is that it's evergreen. It is variegated. It blooms this purple right here in the middle of summer, and it It's like very versatile. It can be in full sun, partial shade, and still bloom. Now, this Liriope here is $7.98 here at Lowe's. Let me know if you have this guy in your garden and how it does. Looks like they replenished the shipment of the star jasmine, guys. These are hardy from zones 9. Part sun, which means it's going to be 3 to 6 hours of sun, and is $21.98. Now, these obviously will not come back for me because I'm in zone 8, and they need actually a trellis. Now, they're looking great. I mean, here we are, and they just came in, so must be why they're looking so wonderful. But they do have a lot of new foliage on them. Really, really nice. Let me know if you have these star jasmine and how they do. I anticipate that something like this will do really, really well in a mailbox garden or somewhere where it's really nice and hot. All right, so they also have some new shipments of some beautiful crotons. Now, I love these guys because they look like this. They have very interesting and beautiful foliage. Now, you're going to be paying $16.98 for these because they're giving you what they're considering a cute little pot. They have the one that's a teal colored, a yellow colored, a pink colored, but if you look closer, there's a black pot in there, right? But in any case, this is a full sun plant. I really, really like these. You start seeing these in the dead of summer, and you also see them when it's time to do a fall container because they do have fall-like colors. But look at this, guys. They're blooming. Oh, wow, that is so nice. So you can see, I don't think I've ever seen them bloom. You see right there and right there? Really, really, I wonder if they bloom. I don't know. I've never seen them bloom. Let me know if you have, but they are beautiful nonetheless. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for me here today at the end of July at my Lowe's. Not much to report, but that is typical because it is very, very hot. Shipments do slow down when things get hot because it's just harder for the garden centers to really maintain plants in the dead of the summer. So this is not unusual at all. What you're going to be seeing now are plants that can take the heat. Plants that don't like, a lot of water, and plants that are really, really nice and beautiful and typically do their best blooming in the summer. But stay tuned for new videos in August where I believe the tides will change and you will start seeing even more varieties coming in. Let me know what you think, guys. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted in all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.